Hello, welcome to another video from the Animal University channel. Let's go for the video. Frog. Frog, any of various tailless amphibians belonging to the order Anura. Used strictly, the term may be limited to any member of the family Ranidae, true frogs, but more broadly the name frog is often used to distinguish the smooth-skinned, leaping anurans from squat, warty, hopping ones, which are called toads. In general, frogs have protruding eyes, no tail, and strong, webbed hind feet that are adapted for leaping and swimming. They also possess smooth, moist skins. Many are predominantly aquatic, but some live on land, in burrows, or in trees. A number depart from the typical form. Sedge frogs, Hyperoleus, for example, are climbing African frogs with adhesive toe discs. The flying frogs, Rhacophoras, are tree-dwelling, Old-World rhacophorids. They can glide 12 to 15 meters, 40 to 50 feet, by means of expanded webbing between the fingers and toes, see tree frog. The snout bend length of frogs ranges from 9.8 millimeters, 0.4 inch, in the Brazilian Didactyla to 30 centimeters, 12 inches, in the West African Conrod Goliath. The male anuran is generally smaller than the female. Although many frogs have poisonous skin glands, these toxins do not usually provide protection from predatory mammals, birds, and snakes. Edible anurans rely on camouflage, some blend with their backgrounds, while others change colors. Several species have bright colors on their underparts that flash when the frog moves, possibly confusing enemies or serving as a warning of the frog's toxicity. Most frogs eat insects, other small arthropods, or worms, see video, but a number of them also eat other frogs, rodents, and reptiles. The annual breeding of frogs usually takes place in fresh water. In the sexual embrace, amplexus, the male clasps the female from behind and extrudes sperm over the eggs as they are ejected by the female. The eggs, laid in numbers varying from a few hundred to several thousand, depending on the species, then float off in clusters, strings, or sheets and may become attached to the stems of water plants. The eggs of some species sink. The tadpole hatches in a few days to a week or more in metamorphoses into a frog within 2 months to 3 years. During metamorphosis the lungs develop, limbs appear, the tail is absorbed, and the mouth becomes typically frog-like. In some tropical frogs, the eggs are deposited on land and the young hatch as froglets, rather than tadpoles. 1 gram of the toxin produced by the skin of the golden poison dart frog could kill 100,000 people. The female Suriname toad lays up to 100 eggs, which are then distributed over her back. Her skin swells around the eggs until they become embedded in a honeycomb-like structure. After 12 to 20 weeks, fully formed young toads emerge by pushing out through the membrane covering the toad's back. A frog completely sheds its skin about once a week. After it pulls off the old, dead skin, the frog usually eats it. When Darwin's frog tadpoles hatch, a male frog swallows the tadpoles. He keeps the tiny amphibians in his vocal sac for about 60 days to allow them to grow. He then proceeds to cough up tiny, fully formed frogs. When a frog swallows its prey, it blinks, which pushes its eyeballs down on top of the mouth to help push the food down its throat. The wood frog of North America actually freezes in the winter and is reanimated in the spring. When temperatures fall, the wood frog's body begins to shut down, and its breathing, heartbeat, and muscle movements stop. The water in the frog's cells freezes and is replaced with glucose and urea to keep cells from collapsing. When there's a thaw, the frog warms up, its body functions resume and it hops off like nothing ever happened. A group of birds is called a flock, a group of cattle is called a herd, but a group of frogs is called an army. The glass frog has translucent skin, so you can see its internal organs, bones and muscles, through its skin. You can even observe its heart beating and its stomach digesting food. There is a frog in Indonesia that has no lungs, it breathes entirely through its skin. The waxy monkey frog secretes a wax from its neck and uses its legs to rub that wax all over its body. The wax prevents the skin of the frog from drying out in sunlight. Most frogs have teeth, although usually only on their upper jaw. The teeth are used to hold prey in place until the frog can swallow it. The biggest frog in the world is the Goliath frog. It lives in West Africa and can measure more than a foot in length and weigh more than 7 pounds, as much as a newborn baby. There's a type of poison dart frog called the blue jeans frog, it has a red body with blue legs. It is also sometimes called the strawberry dart frog. The red-eyed tree frog lays its eggs on the underside of leaves that hang over water. When the eggs hatch, the tadpoles fall into the water below. Frogs live around the world, on every continent, except Antarctica. There are more than 6,000 species. These familiar amphibians are famous for their croaking sounds, leaping abilities, bulging eyes, and slimy skin. They live in and around still or slow-moving fresh bodies of water such as ponds, marshes, streams, lakes, or rivers. A group of frogs is called an army. Maybe it's because they wear army green camouflage. Not all frogs are green. There are brilliant, colorful species in every color of the rainbow. Red, blue, orange, yellow, and purple. Some are multicolored, with patterns, spots, or stripes. A frog's coloration helps it survive by blending in with the environment or warning predators that it's toxic, see number 15. Their eyes vary in an array of colors and patterns, too. Most of the bright, colorful species are found in tropical regions. A frog's bulging eyes allow it to see in front, sides, and partially behind it. The position of the eyes on its head gives them an almost 180-degree field of vision. Superior night vision enables these nocturnal creatures to hunt prey easily in the dark without moving. A frog can't keep its eyes open when eating. That's because they need them when consuming prey. According to the American Museum of Natural History, when a frog swallows food, it pulls its eyes down into the roof of its mouth. The eyes help push the food down its throat. Bullfrog calls can be heard up to a mile away. If you're near a pond, lake, or other freshwater sources, listen for its distinct brrrum or jugorum call. Each frog species has its own special call. Males croak during mating season to attract a female. The louder he croaks, the more likely he is to attract a mate. They have teeth. The small teeth on the roof of their mouths are not typically used to bite or chew, they keep the frog's dinner from escaping before it's had a chance to swallow it. However, if a frog feels threatened, or you hand-feed a pet frog, certain species have been known to bite. Frogs don't drink water. These aquatic creatures absorb water through their skin. Not all frogs can jump. While most long-legged species can jump a distance greater than 20 times their body length, those with shorter back legs can hop, crawl, or walk. The South African sharp-nosed frog holds the world's record for the longest jump. It jumped 44 times its body length. This 3-inch species leaped more than 130 inches. To match that, a 5-foot-tall person would have to jump 220 feet in one leap. The world's tiniest frog is the Paedophryna amanuensis. It's about the size of a common housefly. It lives in leaf litter in the rainforests of Papua New Guinea. The biggest and heaviest frog on Earth is aptly named the Goliath, see below. It grows up to 12.5 inches long and weighs about 7.1 pounds. It is found in the rainforests of Africa. It comes out at night and dines on fish, crabs, baby turtles, young snakes, and other vertebrates along the river's edge. Its average lifespan in the wild is up to 15 years. The golden poison frog, native to Central and South American rainforests, has the distinction of being the most poisonous animal in the world, despite being about the length of a paperclip. Its skin secretes enough nerve toxin to kill 10 humans. Most poison frog species are colorful, the vibrant coloring warns predators to steer clear. Unlike most species, poison frogs are active during the day. I hope you enjoyed this video enough and it was informative. Please like the video and subscribe the channel. Introduce us to your friends. Good luck to you all.